One of my favorite sayings is that anything that you build with passion invites chaos. Can you tell us how that happened with the film?
Well, it goes again to the trust, and you know, what can you trust? One of the modalities that I work with, and I brought the leader of it into my film, Mike Booth of Orasoma. It's a very beautiful energy called color therapy for the soul, but each energy color that we work with as in Orasoma, which means light body, has a theme, and one of the main themes is the only constant in life is change. And so the more that we would go after something and want it to be, you know, look a certain way, we had to adapt to change over and over. The film that we have today really bears very little resemblance to what we started out with in the beginning. And one of the primary changes for me was I wasn't going to share my story in the film. I was going to be a talking head, talking about spiritual concepts and all the things I had learned from the head. And here I go, start to make a film about journey of the heart. And I realized to be authentic, to be fully who I am, I needed to share my story. And I needed to go through some pretty deep personal chaos in order to say, you know, here I am, comfortable, happy to be here and going through this process of change. And it wasn't easy, and that's one of the reasons it took a number of years to do this film.
How long did it take to finish the film?
Well, it was 3 years from the beginning until when we were really done, a little bit less than 3 years. And throughout that process, I had to go deeper into my heart. I encountered the work of Colin Tipping and went through radical forgiveness. And then our director, as he shares in the film, he was diagnosed with cancer, and so we had quite a long pause in the production when he went through that process. And many people suggested I fire him and get somebody else, and I said, you know what, this is not what this project is about. You know, he is part of our family, and we're going to be with him to see this through. And so we took that opportunity, myself and co-producer Donald Backstrom, to really do our own internal work so that we could, you know, see this through to completion.
What would you say to other filmmakers or artists who have such a set way they want something to go, whether it's they want to come to LA and be here in the strata of Hollywood by a certain time and it doesn't happen? What would you say to people that have a certain way they want to control it and it doesn't work out?
Well, I would say to people who want to control their outcome, I just say good luck, because you can't. I mean, you just have to, the more that, and this comes from personal experience, the more I tried to control who was going to say what, or when the filming was going to occur, or how the final project was going to look, the more chaos, going back to your earlier question, that was invited into the project, because then nothing was working. And so, you know, the more, when you find yourself where the set's not coming together, the people are late, it's really about looking inside yourself as the leader of the project. What is it that I'm holding on to that has to be this way? And the minute you let it go, everything comes together. And I've had that happen over and over and over again.